Good morning. In today's Gospel, Matthew tells the story of Jesus and his friends landing on the shores of a land that is unfamiliar to them and unfriendly. They are unwelcome strangers in this place. Almost immediately upon arrival, they are greeted by two men who we are told are possessed by demons. It is a terrifying encounter. And yet Jesus walks towards the men and heals them. They are set free from whatever has taken hold of their minds. It's a story that teaches us, as all miracle stories do, that there is no suffering that lies beyond the reach of God's love. Now, whenever I hear a story in the Gospel about Jesus healing someone who's possessed by a demon, I assume we're hearing a story about someone living with a severe mental illness. Most of us have family members and friends who have suffered from or may be suffering today with a mental illness. Perhaps we ourselves have gone through times in our life when we too have suffered the terrible agony and inner torment of psychological pain and sorrow. Mental illness and psychological sufferings present a much higher risk of people being isolated, even rejected by their communities. We see evidence of that every day as we walk around the city. Men and women who have been discarded, clearly suffering from chronic and severe illness or addiction. Men and women who sleep on park benches and talk to themselves and make an unattractive appearance to us. And yet, even those badly broken individuals carry within them deep wisdom that we need to hear. Nancy Keogh is a psychologist and a religious sister in the Boston area. And she has taught me a great deal about listening for the wisdom that people with mental illness carry. Through her own long career of tender care and careful listening, she reveals to us in the stories of people living with mental illness the ways in which they have found God in the midst of the hurricane of suffering that is their illness. Her work and her stories reveal to us the extraordinary grace that these individuals often carry and can share with us if we open our hearts and open our ears and open our doors to welcome them into our community and into our churches as our brothers and sisters. And so, let us pray today for all of those who walk among us, all of those who live among us as family and friends, who may be struggling today with worries and fears, with a troubled mind and a worried heart, that they too might feel God's healing presence. And let us commit ourselves to becoming a church that opens our doors even wider to welcome those among us who, though broken in mind and body, heart and spirit, are nonetheless recognized as sources of wisdom for us.